Hot off the press, should the Chicago Bears trade for Micah Parsons? You tell me. Let's get into it. Ian Rappaport of NFL Network has reported that the Dallas Cowboys have had internal discussions about trading Micah Parsons. The Cowboys have already signed Dak. They've already signed CD. Highly unlikely they're going to be able to afford all three. If a player like Micah Parsons is available, who are you to say no? All 32 teams in the NFL should be entertaining this conversation. My question is, should the Bears? We're in a very unique position. Not all 32 teams are. We have our quarterback of the future. He's on his rookie deal, so he's not eating up a bunch of money right now. Very talented roster, couple holes that we need to fill, but very talented nonetheless. Prime draft capital, high value picks, 3 in the top 41, a shit ton of money to spend in free agency this year. The hotshot coach, the belle of the ball, everybody wanted him. Lots of players are going to be drawn to working with him. He's hired a kick-ass staff. And I didn't even mention Chicago being one of the greatest cities in the world. Yes. In my opinion, the selling points to Micah to come to Chicago are very obvious. But what about the Bears? Should we pursue Micah Parsons? Bottom line up front, my ass is firmly planted in the chair that says we should keep our draft capital. I don't want to see us get rid of those picks. Those are valuable. We can do a lot of damage with them. And if we play our cards right, it should land 3 starters minimum with those first 3 picks. That's if everything goes according to plan. We are the Bears, so unfortunately we have to plan for it not to go according to plan.
Do I really look like a guy with a plan? You know, I just do things.
Rumors are that Micah is asking for money somewhere in the ballpark of $42 million a year. What? Freaking nuts. Put this in perspective. Highest paid defensive lineman in the NFL is Chris Jones. Yes, 3-time Super Bowl champion Chris Jones, and he's making somewhere in the neighborhood of 31 a year. And Myles Garrett, who is also looking for a new deal, is on just under 20 this year. So the audacity, the boldness of Micah to be saying, I want way more than the highest earner. I want 42. Pretty absurd. I don't think we land on $42 million a year against the cap. I would imagine that it's somewhere in the 30s. If it was closer to $30 million annually, then that still gives the Bears freedom to maneuver in free agency. We would have somewhere between $30 and $40 million in cap remaining to spend on shoring up the offensive line. Surely trading for Parsons would require a first-round pick this year and likely a first-round pick next year, or at least picks that equal that total amount of value. Like I said, 3 picks we have in the first 41. That is room to do a lot of damage for Ben Johnson and Ryan Poles. Because if it goes the best it can possibly go, you could get 5 quality players all on rookie deals, which is how teams build through the draft, which is why the Eagles win the Super Bowl. This year, I am willing to give away a first-round pick. I'm happy to part with it if it gets us Parsons. That easy. It's that simple for me. But not if it requires us also to give away our 39 and 41 picks. If I'm giving away either of those picks, then it can't involve a number 1 next year. Those are my terms. I'm sticking to them. It's an instant impact player, but despite the impact, it's all about cost. What's it going to take? If trading for Parsons restricts us from being able to shore up the offensive line and prioritizing it like we need to, then I'm out. But sadly, we are the Chicago Bears, and that means we tend to botch it more often than we get it right. Lucky for us, we've got Ben Johnson, and we are the new look Chicago Bears. No more getting it wrong. We're going to be sound, and we're going to be buttoned up, and we are going to get this right. Ben Johnson to the moon. Go Bears. Bear down, baby.